Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we welcome back Midge Mathis, Susan Olsen, and Richard Lighthouse to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Call into the show live and ask a question and get involved at 800-313-9443, or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Okay, Richard and Midge are ready to go, and we are going to hear about plans for Washington, D.C. tonight. Thank you. Go ahead, Midge or Richard.
Thanks, Frank. Thanks for having us back on. We really appreciate it.
Great to have you.
Thank you. I mean, you have no idea how much we appreciate this. You have given us a vehicle to talk about what we're doing with targeted justice and what we're doing to help the community and what our plans are. So I want to start by saying that we are planning on having a targeted protest in 2020. And this is a preliminary scheduling because of what's happening in the country. And so we'll post updates on our website. But for now, we are going to plan on having the protest September 22nd through the 25th in Washington, D.C. So there's information on our website. There's pictures from last year's protest. And we're asking for help from the community to make this a big success again. And we all must remember that silence is complicity. Speak out and speak up. So I'll let Richard go ahead and talk about more.
Yeah, thanks, Midge. That's a good introduction. And let me say thank you, Frank, for allowing us some airtime here. So we're glad to get the word out about targeted justice. We very pleased with the turnout we had last year. We want to do a better job this year in organizing things and communicating a little bit better. We did have some issues with communication, and I think we're going to be able to solve that this year. We're going to really encourage folks to come out to the first dinner night because that's when you get a lot of last-minute information. You'll meet a bunch of folks that you've never met before. We had people come in from all over the country. We had a number of folks that had never met another targeted individual before. So if you're in that category, if you're listening for the first time, we want to encourage you to come out. It is safe. The biggest question I get is, particularly from ladies, is it safe? Is there going to be a lot of people there that are countering our efforts? And the answer is, I can assure you that it's safe. We have a safe space. We're very attentive to our surroundings, and I can state that we haven't had any significant issues. So I want to encourage folks that may be apprehensive about that. We didn't have any major issues whatsoever last year. So we did get people going to the wrong place at the wrong time, but again, I think we're going to be able to solve that this year. Most folks had a really good time. We were able to work around the rain. We did get a little bit of rain, and we were able to kind of adjust our location. We're going to have a thorough backup plan this time. We're going to know exactly where we're going to go for rain, and we're going to have backup plans for any contingencies that might arise. So if you weren't able to come last year, we're going to really encourage you to come this year. We're expecting an even bigger turnout. It'll be a lot of fun. So come out and meet other targeted individuals. Set aside that last week of September 22nd to 25th. Set aside that and plan on either driving or flying to D.C. So we've got detailed information on our website about where you can stay, travel, getting around using the Metro Rail, airport access, which airports you can fly into, which ones have direct access to Metro Rail, or if you're going to rent a car. It gives you a good idea of the different options that are available to you. And we've got a list that's recently updated of low-cost hotels all the way up to staying at Trump Hotel if you're so inclined. So it appears that the Trump Hotel has actually gone down in price from last year. I think last year it was right around $700. This year they're down around $500. So I think what I put last year was, if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. So, but if you're so inclined, that is an option for you. So we're going to have a rally. We're going to have we're planning on one big rally on Friday the 25th, and we're going to have all the details available on our website. So if you want to visit the particular website or the particular tab on our website, it's under Targeted Protest 2020, and that tab is, I believe, under the home page. So if you go to the home page, there's a tab that says Targeted Protest 2020. So, Susan, are you there?
I don't think we picked up Susan.
We didn't pick her. Okay. All right.
I don't know why, but she was called anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, she just texted me, so I don't know if they can call her again, but she did text me.
Okay, I'm sure Mike can hear me, so.
Okay. So, like Richard said, all the information is on our website under the tab Protest 2020. And, we just want to thank everyone for your support and efforts that, this is going to be our largest demonstration ever. And, last year we demonstrated at the White House Executive Office Building, the White House Ellipse, the CIA headquarters, the Director of National Intelligence, and the Union Station. So I think we blanketed D.C. quite well. And I was just very proud of everyone. And, when we all come together, it's exciting, and it also carries with it this energy, this incredible energy when we all come together. And it can be quite overwhelming. It can be emotional, but it's powerful, is how I feel. So I encourage everyone to start thinking about this. If you do, go ahead, because airfare is so cheap right now. Be sure and you have to buy the insurance, because the way, obviously, with the lockdown for the virus is going, you don't want to lock yourself into something that you cannot change your flight if you need to. So I am just very excited to be doing this again. And so we have registration is $35, and it does include a free T-shirt. And you can make your request. You should also make your request to see your congressman while you're there. You will need to make a request several weeks in advance. And you can just go to our website, and all the information is there. We try to make it very easy for everyone to make your appointments. And all you have to do is go to the website and click on the area where it says house.gov, representatives, and request a meeting. So, more and more, because, we've been there 3 times to D.C., and I'm just really proud of our team, because obviously this is where the information needs to be conveyed to the legislators.
Excuse me, Midge. We have Richard from Tennessee. He'd like to speak with you.
Sure.
Go ahead, Richard. Oh, we just lost Richard. That's too bad.
No.
Okay, go ahead.
So anyhow, you can register. Oops, I got a little bit of an echo going on. I don't know if you can hear it. But anyhow, you can register. You can register through our website. You can also register through our P.O. Box, which is P.O. Box 6655, Peoria, Arizona, 85385. So there's different ways that you can do that. So, Richard, would you like to say anything else?
Yeah, there's we get a lot of questions from the newbies. There were a significant number of new folks that were new, just trying to understand what was happening. And so, if you're a new targeted individual, we want to encourage you especially to come out. On targetedjustice.com, we actually have a tab for folks that are new to the targeting community. They're trying to understand what's happening, and we understand the frustration with that. It's a difficult phase to go through. So I encourage you to look on our website at the tab that's called New TIs, and there's some helpful information there as well. So for folks that want to get in touch with others, this is a good way to meet folks that are from your state, or we get quite a few turnouts from the greater D.C. area in Virginia and Maryland, and we're trying to encourage those folks to continue meeting. We want to see folks get together and build support. Isolation is not the best way to deal with this. So I understand there's a lot of trust issues, and you can get discouraged because people will disappoint you in the TI community, and don't take that personally. There's going to be issues. There's going to be difficulties. You've got to keep pushing forward and understand that the nature of what this is means you're gonna experience disappointments, but that's not a reason to quit or give up or isolate yourself. And I know on Frank's call there's a lot of talk about this subject, and so I encourage you as well to go back and listen to the previous recordings and shows with Frank, because a number of his guests and listeners cover this topic on a regular basis. So don't isolate yourself. Come out to Targeted Justice, Targeted Protest 2020. It will be a lot of fun. You'll meet a lot of people that you can trade emails or trade cell phone numbers with, or whatever you're comfortable with, and keep in touch, and don't isolate yourself. That's part of the whole reason for having group events like this is we don't want you to isolate yourself. If as Midge mentioned, if you're thinking about going to see your congressman or your senator, you can't just show up. Okay, that's not the way it works. They won't let you just show up in cut-off jeans and flip-flops and say, "Hey, I want to talk to my congressman." You're not going to get in to see him. Okay, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. Doesn't matter your age. If you're a guy, you need to wear a shirt and tie, and preferably a jacket. And yes, it's a little warm in September, but that's the traditional dress code in D.C. is you wear a coat and tie. So, ladies, you got to dress nice. You can't show up in cut-off jeans and flip-flops and say, "I want to talk to my congressman." So, observe the dress code. Be professional. Bring whatever information you've got. If you want to bring pictures or diagrams or exhibits that you can share, and do that politely, we encourage you to do that. We're not trying to tell you what to do. We're trying to help you establish lines of communications. And if you'll do it in a professional, respectable manner, you'll be able to maintain that communication with the congressional staff, even after you've left D.C., and that can be helpful. So that information is on the tab, Target Protest 2020. You can start thinking about your travel arrangements, and as I mentioned, we've got details on the travel and the hotels and the preliminary event schedule. So go there and take a look if you're thinking about coming. If you've got specific questions, you can send them to our standard email address at targetedjusticemembership@protonmail.com.
Okay, Richard, thank you very much. I just had a question. I know this was an issue when I took people to Washington, and that was the size of the signs and the size of the banners and things like where not to go, where to meet. And I'd just like to say that the fact that this is going on from the 22nd through the 25th, that's a really great amount of time for people to get there. And if they have to leave, they can, but it's just a great amount of time. Not too many people devote this amount of time to it. And I thank you.
Yeah, you bring up some good points, Frank. That's other groups are starting to catch on this. There have been other demonstrations held in D.C., but I'm obviously a little biased, but I think we've probably done it as well or better than any group to date, and we've certainly had the largest. We've been able to assemble the largest group, and we expect it to be even larger this year. So if folks are so inclined, if you want to do a banner, there's some banner information on that tab. You can make your own. One of the first banners that I made, I went to Walmart, and for $5, I bought one of those, just a flat bed sheet, and set it down on the floor and put newspapers behind it, and then used cheap acrylic paint and markers to make a sign. And then so if money is tight for you, but you still want to make a banner, you can do that. We do ask, and we do suggest that we need to keep banners appropriate. And so without getting into details, we'll ask you not to use inappropriate. So I won't go into details on that, but I don't think it'll be a problem. So the point being, if you'd like to put together a banner, there are a number of ways to do that. If you want a professional banner that you can use from year to year, you can do that as well. There's a number of places online. If you Google discount banners, you can put together an actually very professional-looking banner for not a whole lot of money. So
okay, we are coming up on commercial shortly, less than 10 seconds away. I just figured I'd give you a warning.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that everything will go the way it should, and that's what happens with TJ, or Targeted Justice. Everything goes down like the numbers, and the dinners at night are just wonderful. Thank you for listening. Thank you, TJ.
As a listener of RBN, you're surely concerned about being informed and being ready for whatever may come. Please consider the following questionnaire as a soul-jarring wake-up call. If you answer no to more than 2 of these following questions, you probably aren't going to make it through any major disruption in our country. The questions were compiled by people that have been there. Are you really ready? Do you own your own firearm for the primary defense and protection of you and your loved ones? Have you ever been professionally trained to stand against life-threatening behavior? Have you ever practiced enough to fire 500 rounds during a 2 to 4 day time frame, day and night? Can you load, unload, fire, and clear a jam in total darkness? Have all the adults in your household been professionally trained? Are you, life and death, comfortable with your abilities with pistol, revolver, shotgun, and rifle? Are you aware that everything that you do to prepare for an emergency is a waste of time, money, and energy? If you haven't honed your abilities to their highest level to protect and keep what you have, do you have the repair parts that will most likely be needed for each of your firearm, and do you have the ability to install those parts? Could you completely clean every firearm you own? Are you aware that your body won't go where your mind hasn't been? In other words, without proper training, followed by regular practice, you probably will not win a gunfight. Well, how did you measure up? Take the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to start correcting your deficiencies by receiving your Commander Lifetime Membership with Front Sight Firearms Training Facility. A one-time donation to RBN for $500 will give you a Commander Lifetime Membership at Front Sight as a tremendously huge thank you bonus. See details on RBN's webpage to make it happen. The clock is ticking. You had better be ready before it happens.
Homeowners, are you in foreclosure, expecting to be served with a foreclosure lawsuit, or suspect your lender has coerced you into an illegal mortgage transaction? A huge number of mortgages made in the last 10 years have legal issues and are possibly defective. State laws and the U.S. Supreme Court have upheld that defective mortgage documents are grounds for foreclosure defense and for counterclaims in favor of the homeowner. If your mortgage has been sold or assigned since closing the loan, it may be defective and you may be paying the wrong party, and the lender may not have standing or the right to foreclose or collect payments under the law. If you would like to know if your mortgage is legal or not, or know if you are paying the right party, we can help. Our initial consultations are free of charge. We are not attorneys. We are legal researchers and work closely with experienced lawyers who know how to help you find the evidence to help you keep your home. Call toll-free 1-855-2-KEEP-IT. That's 1-855-2-KEEP-IT today.
Good evening, once again from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we welcome back Midge Mathis, Susan Olsen, and Richard Lighthouse to the Republic Broadcasting Network. You can call into the show live and ask601-313-9443 and get involved at 800-313-9443. Or you can listen at 605-313-0163. Now let's get back to targeted justice. Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, was Susan able to join?
I guess not.
Okay.
I am. I'm on. I'm on.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to say anything, Susan?
Hi, Susie Q.
Hey, Frank, up in Boston. How are you? I'm here from New York. I just want to share a little joke. Here in any TIs that may be listening in from New York, you know how crazy it is here right now. But yesterday I had to go to Walmart to pick something up, and I observed the social distancing. I was actually probably 12 feet from someone, and this guy started screaming at me, "Where's your mask?" And I said to him, "Well, I'm fine. I'm safe." I said, "But you have a mask on, so why should you be worried?" Anyway, he started yelling. I said, "Fine." I went back to the car. My sister's boyfriend is an MTA cop who actually contracted coronavirus. He tested positive. He was fine within 1 week. He said it felt like a normal flu, and he got over it. He's back to work in the subways of New York, but he had a bunch of these blue hospital masks. I said, okay, if I'm going to be forced to wear this, I got a big permanent marker, and I now print on it targetedjustice.com. So I just came back from the supermarket, and people were looking at me. I just said, check out the website. If you want to know the truth, check out the website. So, I think we need to make do. I think targeted individuals are very creative people, and as long as it's legal, there are many creative ways we can get the word out.
Yes, there are.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say one thing. Where did you find the mask? Because I have not been able to find a mask anywhere since like the second day this started.
I'm not sure because my sister's other half, I'm not going to say better half, but her other half is, as I said, he's an MTA cop in New York City, so I think he was able to get a box of them while on the job. And my sister warned me, before you go into a store, they're going to stop you, so you need to take one or two. And that's where he got them from. But I have not seen them, Frank, anywhere in the stores as of now. But the stores here in New York seem to be okay. I had to just run to the bank today, and I forgot a mask at all, and I just had a big sweatshirt on, and as long as I covered my face, they let me into the bank. So, we kind of have to play along with what's going on here in this state. I'm not sure how it is across the country, but we're hoping that we're not going to be requiring masks come September 22nd.
That would be a total bummer.
No, I don't think it will. I don't think it'll go through the summer.
I want to say that because of the nature of what's going on with the lockdown, there are a lot of different states that are protesting. We had a protest here in Phoenix on Monday that was extremely successful. Thousands of people showed up. It was exciting to be there. The energy was incredible. So my point being is that this is, how people are feeling. This is the atmosphere, and they're wanting to be heard. So what I am predicting is that our targeted protest is going to be pretty good size because there are other groups who are already indicating that they would like to join us. And so, we have been interfacing with other groups, with other independent news sources, and it seems like now everybody's kind of a target because of this coronavirus and because they're in isolation and people don't like it. So they're becoming awakened. It is really exciting to see, and they are now understanding more and more what we have been through. And, Catherine Austin Fitz has said it best. She said that targeted individuals are the canaries in the mine.
Okay, Midge, we have station identification. It's the bottom of the hour.
You got it.
See you in a few minutes.
You are tuned in to the Republic Broadcasting Network. Visit our website by going to republicbroadcasting.org.
The Republic Broadcasting Network late night premiere show of Redfield Hardcore is hosted by activists that want to hear from you, the listeners. So that you can get involved in the activism, please call in at 800-313-9443. At 10 p.m. to enter the discussion. To book yourself as a guest, call our studio at 202-657-5715 or contact RBN staff. Remember, keep it real and take the red pill.
Is the Second Amendment your line in the sand? Is the United States Constitution important to you? Are you worried about gun confiscation? You need to join us for free at gunconfiscation.com. At gunconfiscation.com, you will meet like-minded patriots, get the latest Second Amendment news, and find anything you need to prepare for gun confiscation. Visit gunconfiscation.com today. That's gunconfiscation.com. Which side are you on?
Many people write us about their experience with Extendivite. Allow me to read you some from Amazon.com. This product is superb. I have been taking it for about a year now, and I can feel my cardiovascular system run like a Swiss watch. I definitely recommend this product for anyone that has high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and heart palpitations, A+. It's potent, but it works. I have been waking up for the past 3 years with numb hands, and a week into using Extendivite, my numb hands seem to have cleared up. My circulation was off, and now it's back on track. So I'm happy. I feel so energized, and I have my husband on it now. My mother-in-law has cholesterol problems, so I bought her a bottle as well. Thank you so much. Love the product. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. Call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
This is too good to be true, except this time it is real. 100%. No joke. How about a $25,000 membership to Front Sight Firearms Training Facility as a thank you bonus for a one-time donation to RBN of only $500? It is a Commander lifetime membership with no yearly fees or dues. The training is free for the rest of your life with over 50 different classes. Then leave it to your designated beneficiary. You provide the approved firearm, holster, ammo, eye, and ear protection. Many features and bonuses are included, more than you would ever expect or believe. This is the ultimate graduation present, wedding gift, etc., etc. See the details. Go to RBN's webpage and frontsight.com to make it happen. You will hear this offer only on this radio network. Help keep RBN alive. Tell 5.
Good evening from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight, we welcome back Midge Mathis, Susan Olsen, and Richard Lighthouse from Targeted Justice. Okay, guys, who wants to go first?
Richard,
Midge,
you want to go
speak.
ahead? Oh, well, I'll just a little bit, and then I'll pass it off. I just want to encourage everyone to go to the website. We have incredible information there. It makes it easy because all you have to do is just click on the different sites that we have listed for the Directory of U.S. Congress. We have the Directory of U.S. Senators there. We have maps. And there's do's and don'ts. You know, all attendees must follow the rules according to our city permit. Bring a rain poncho and a jacket. And also, if you're going to visit your congressman, you need to dress nicely with a tie and a nice dress for the ladies or a nice pantsuit. You know, ideally, to travel to D.C. for the protest would be to fly in September 22nd and fly out that Saturday, the 25th, if you can do that. And like I said, the airfares right now are incredibly cheap. So, and I'm going to pass this off to whoever else wants to say something.
Susan, I think Susan could talk about her experience from last year. Did you want to chime in, Susan?
Year. Oh, yeah. Last year, tell everybody that comes down there, dress appropriately for walking a lot. In Washington, there is a tremendous amount of walking, and we'll probably switch a couple of venues. I'm waiting to hear back from the permits, so I don't want to say exactly yet where we're going to meet up, but make sure you have a comfortable pair of walking shoes during the rally and protest phase of this, and then, of course, the more conservative dress when you go in to meet your politicians. Also, you can go to Dollar Tree. In the dollar store, they have these rain ponchos. Without fail, I think, Midge, I was actually down in Washington 4 times last year. 3 of those 4 times, out of nowhere, this torrential rain happened. Be prepared. for just $1 at your local dollar store, they'll sell a plastic poncho. You can pack that in your backpack with you or hip pack, whatever you want to take, and also dress in layers. In September, the end of September, we're actually going to have our dinner on Tuesday, the 22nd. That's the first day of autumn. So in case it may be a little bit chilly in the mornings when we meet up, dress in layers so that you can easily take them off and pack them with you. What else do I want to mention from last time? We covered so much space last time, and I want people to, especially after what's gone on with this country in the past few months, the importance of demonstrating for our First Amendment constitutional rights. Targeted individuals know firsthand that almost all of our rights under the Constitution are trampled on. And, we've discussed that in other podcasts. We know that. But now this is an empowering time for you to get out with a group of like-minded people who do know exactly what you have gone through, because we have gone through everything in a different part of the country, but we know exactly what you have gone through. And one thing is that I made additional contacts when I was down there, wonderful friendships, a couple of other nurses. I'm meeting so many targeted nurses in my travels in the past 4 years. But your chance to really demonstrate your First Amendment right of freedom of speech. And I do want to bring one case that people should keep their eyes on right now. The governor of North Carolina, Roy Cooper, was just served with intent to sue papers from a law firm because there was a woman protesting against the lockdown that was going on there, and she ended up being arrested. Well, the law firm, and again, this is going to be a very interesting case to follow. The governor is saying that during a time of a quarantine that we are suspending your First Amendment rights. Well, a law firm immediately picked this up and is representing this woman that was protesting. So we're going to see now how this plays out in really enforcing the rights of the Constitution to the American citizens and our right to freedom of speech. We have the right of freedom of speech. That's one of the most important amendments in our Constitution. And we all better wake up right now. I think everybody listening could see the censorship that's going on in YouTube, and I could say this because it's happening. YouTube is taking down videos that are freedom of speech. Facebook, freedom of speech, many other venues. We're at a crucial time. We have a right to speak our speech, our truth, and if we don't stand up for our First Amendment now, we're going to see all of these other amendments fall by the wayside. This is one of the major reasons I implore every TI listening to this that may listen to this recording, Frank, later on, get down to Washington and join us. You will not be sorry. You will make friendships, camaraderie, and a plethora of information to be dispersed, not just to mention even to empower you. Those of you who have not been to Washington yet, you will feel a sense of empowerment once you leave the time that we've spent together.
Yeah, I'd like to say Targeted Massachusetts has a YouTube channel, which is Targeted Massachusetts. This video will be there sometime tonight or tomorrow. So if you want to refer back to anything that Midge, Susan, or Richard has said, you can do that. But more importantly, actually go to their website. Everything is there.
Thank you, Frank.
Certainly. Yeah, and just to get off topic just a little bit, Because of the meatpacking plants in this country closing, it could mean, I heard, within the next 2 weeks that we'll be looking for meat and milk and possibly bread. So we got to tighten our belts.
Yes, and also buy seeds. If you have a chance, if you see any, you can start growing your own garden. You can also start the seeds inside. If you have an apartment, there are ways to grow food. I myself started doing that, and I'm proud to say that I have garlic growing. I have potatoes growing. I have green onions growing, and a few other things. And so you can do that. It's kind of fun. So I'm encouraging people, if you see seeds, you need to probably buy them. And just because you need to make sure that you protect yourself, because we're not sure what's coming down the pike, but it's best to be safe than to be sorry. And obviously we've seen what happened when the lockdown occurred, and stores, can't keep the supply up on certain items. So it's best that you take a proactive approach to protect yourself in every way possible. So it feels good to be growing my own food sources again. I used to always have a garden, and and at least I know where it's coming from now, and it's pretty exciting. I feel sorry for all the small businesses. We need to get everything back up and running. I know here in Phoenix, there's a lot of takeout with local restaurants, and so my friends and I are trying to do that with local restaurants so that we keep them up and running so that they can not go under. And so we need to support our local economy as best as we can. We need to try to keep everything afloat. So,
thank you, Midge. Richard?
Well, I wanted to, I probably should have said something earlier about this, but I try to promote our website because we've got a mountain of information on there, and it is the largest information resource for targeted individuals globally. And that's not to say that there are not other highly credible, highly qualified websites on the Internet. Ours is probably the largest. We've got more than 100 tabs of information, and it's certainly, including the ebooks and the videos on there, more than a gigabyte of information if you were to download it all. So we encourage folks to take advantage of it. Our website is the largest resource of legal and technical information for the TI community. We are, in many senses, on the cutting edge of providing research. We have been doing that since our first meeting more than 2 years ago. We are also listed as the top website for targeted individuals globally. So that's based on a Google search engine analytics. There are a number of search engine websites that specialize in tracking keywords if you're into SEO activity. But the latest numbers show from one particular website shows that we're averaging traffic around 130,000 page views or visitors, actually visitors per month. So for folks that are interested, we're providing information. It's free. We encourage you to donate to Targeted Justice. So we don't like to put that front and center, but we do need your donations. We do need your support. Our website, there have been many, many hours put into the website, not just by me. We've got other folks on our team that have helped, and we encourage you to take advantage of that. And to the extent that you can, please consider donating to Targeted Justice and to Targeted Massachusetts. Frank has probably mentioned before, he is on our advisory board, and we too take his advice to heart. It is certainly very important to us. So please visit our website. Please take advantage of the information that's out there. So I just wanted to mention that, but I probably should have said that at the beginning.
Okay, Susan, would you like to add something?
I want to add something to what Midge was talking about, just a website that was sent my way. The gardening thing is going to be imperative. Not only is it really therapeutic for TIs, take your shoes off. If you're in clean soil area, it's a major benefit to earth and ground yourself to try to rid your body of some of the damage from the EMF. That's also a therapeutic part as well, as to really ground yourself in the soil. But there is a website that I just want to share. It's called livelovefruit.com, livelovefruit.com. And it has a list of 77 heirloom seed companies to grow your own non-GMO garden. If you want to be certain that there aren't genetically modified seeds, you check this website out and see if you can still order. You'd have to compare the prices, but they have 77 companies that you can price shop with. I think that's really important, even if you could save some of these seeds for next season.
Yeah, that's great, Susan.
Yeah.
Also, dried fruits, any kind of dried goods, things that will stay, things that will keep, non-perishable, that you can put away in case we run into a problem, because this could be a problem farther on down the line. But once again, we have all learned that Targeted Justice is putting on another Washington event, and that will happen between the 22nd and the 25th of September 2020.
Right, and it is a lot of fun. It is, like I said in the beginning of the show, it is so powerful, and it's just exciting to meet other people that you normally would not, probably meet. Like Richard had said, there were people there who had never met another TI. And to see their faces, I know that first night at the restaurant, people just kept coming in the door. And it just got emotional for me personally, because for the ones who had never met anyone else before, it was comforting to them that they have finally met someone else that they can form a friendship with, they can maybe rely on, talk to once in a while. So I just know that this is going to be a real success, and I just know that it's going to be a really good turnout. And it's that first dinner that I encourage everyone to go to. The dinners are so important because it's a relaxed atmosphere. It's just fun to share and chit-chat with everyone and have a good time. And, it's important that we do that for ourselves. To
okay,
isolate.
Midge, we
Yes,
should
sir.
be coming up on a commercial here in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be like 3 seconds. I have to send you guys out a timesheet so that you'll know. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you, Targeted Justice.
Did you know that you can be tracked and traced when you're online? With identity theft and cybercrimes on the rise, your passwords, your identity, and even your physical location can be revealed to complete strangers. Would you like to surf the internet anonymously and not have to worry about these threats? Well, now you can by visiting patriotinternet.com. For about $2 per month, patriotinternet.com will conceal your IP address and your physical location, allowing you to browse the web, send emails, and instant message anonymously. patriotinternet.com will bypass filters, block sites, and keyword blocking. You can also bypass logging by your router and your ISP. With patriotinternet.com, there is no software to install and uses 128-bit encryption for your protection. When using wireless hotspots, patriotinternet.com shields your information from identity thieves and is compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux. Protect your identity and your freedom with anonymous internet access from patriotinternet.com. Visit patriotinternet.com today.
Homeowners, if your lender has gone out of business or sold your transaction to another lender or servicer, you may be the victim of a wrongful foreclosure, resulting in the loss of your home. If you've already lost your home, are in foreclosure, or even in good standing, you can challenge the mortgage transaction's illegal issue, and your property can be restored to you, and your foreclosure can be stopped or reversed, and the mortgage transaction declared unenforceable. State laws, U.S. title codes, the Uniform Commercial Codes, and U.S. Supreme Court rulings have upheld that defective mortgage documentations can reverse or stop foreclosures and enforce property title claims in favor of the homeowner. We are having successes in stopping the process of foreclosure, the enforcement of the foreclosure judgments, the sale of property, and evictions after the sale. We are not attorneys, and we don't give legal advice. We are a professional team of legal researchers, providing forensic mortgage audits and expert witnesses. We have the knowledge to produce the evidence and enforce laws regarding your legal issues. We've been in business for 12 years without a complaint. Consultations are free, and we provide a free title search to confirm if your mortgage has legal defects. Please call 855-253-3748. 855, 2, keep it today.
Many people write us about their experience with Extendivite. Allow me to read you some from Amazon.com. It really does work like the review says it does. I cannot believe that after the first few days, I didn't feel as sluggish or clogged up. It has had a profound impact on my physical, emotional well-being. I'm skeptical as most people about products and their claims, and I never write reviews, but this is a wonderful product and I recommend it to everyone. Great product. It has brought my blood pressure from the mid-150s over the 80s to the mid-130s over mid-80s, along with diet and exercise in just the past couple of months. Excellent. Thank you, David. Tell us your story. Get Extendivite today. Call 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendivite.
Good evening. My name is Frank Allen. Tonight we have had the pleasure of listening to Midge Mathis, Susan Olsen, and Richard Lighthouse, and targeted justice's plans for Washington, D.C. 2020. Okay, guys, closing thoughts?
Well, I just want to encourage everyone to go to the website. You go to the home page, you hit the tab up on the left-hand corner, and then to the right will be arrows. You hit the arrow on the right-hand side where the home page is, where it says home, and then other tabs will drop down. Halfway down it says Targeted Protest 2020. That's where you find the information. Just click on that.
And you can also Google it. Just Google it, Targeted Protest 2020, targetedjustice.com, and it'll come up.
And I'll be putting information up on Twitter as well and other social media sites. And Susan will also, I'm sure, on Facebook.
Okay, and I will be putting up a page advertising it as well on Targeted Massachusetts. So you will find a place to direct you to targeted justice.
Great. Thank you, Frank, so much.
Thanks, Frank.
Sure. We still have a couple of seconds left. I'd just like to thank Targeted Justice for being the best people around. It's one thing to do a great job, but to have the great people, it's totally fantastic. And
that's so nice of you. You too.
Oh, well, it's the truth. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree that that last rally was superb. And this time, I hope that we get twice as many people and then some. I think you'll probably see that. People should plan ahead. Put a couple of dollars aside every month or every week so that you can catch a plane, because I drove my car and I got slammed, I'll tell you. So that's not something that you want to do unless you have to. But I'd like to thank you all once again. And I hope to see everyone that I know who's a targeted individual, and plenty of those who are not targeted individuals there. And it will be a learning experience for everyone. And look out, legislature, here we come.
Yes. I just want to say one last thing. I want to quote Albert Einstein, and I want to say that the world will not be destroyed by those who do evil, but by those who watch them without doing anything. So we have a choice to say our truth. We have the right to protest, to speak our truth. And I am encouraging everyone to do that.
Thank you. Good night from Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Frank Allen.
Tired of being lied to by mass media? It's growing more and more apparent today that news is received less and less through standard media outlets. Even with a growing audience every day, RBN is beginning to direct more efforts into social media. Social media and the use of the internet is fast becoming the primary source of people for news, regardless of demographic. RBN has set out to provide some of the best news on the internet through republicbroadcasting.org, and also has begun to use the tools to our advantage by way of social media. Republic Broadcasting is now operating a Facebook page to function as yet another avenue to have our collective voice reach new audiences across not only America, but across the globe as well. The Facebook page features not only news, but also an RBN player to listen to our broadcast. Get involved by visiting facebook.com/Republic Broadcasting and liking our page and share it with your friends and family, because you can handle the truth.
You're listening to the Republic Broadcasting Network, because you can handle the truth.